Hi, it's Guy Morrow here, and this video forms part of a series of videos that accompany my book entitled Artist Management: Agility in the Creative and Cultural Industries. So what is artist management? Is it creative? There's a debate within creative and cultural industries literature as to whether the manager's role is a creative one. While authors such as Bilton and Leary, Bilton and Robinson argue that it is, Banks, McGuigan and Hesmondolf and Baker argued that the conflation of creative and management is problematic because it divests artistically creative work of its privileges. Bernard's notion of creativities can be used to aid conceptual clarity here. Pluralising creativity enables us to understand that artistic creativity and managerial creativity are different types of creativity that interact with one another in sometimes combustible and conflicting ways, and at other times in generative ones. This also enables artistic creativity to remain unique. So the fact that the artist manager is managing the concrete and named labour of the artist means that there is a direct connection between the person or artists and their product, to the extent that the artist may even over-identify with their work. Whilst artist management is arguably creative, the artist's labour is different in this way. In fact, arts marketers, artist managers and publicists play on these differences to convince audiences that their client is different from them, is special, is unique, and is a gifted genius so that they will buy concert tickets and other products, whether they themselves buy into this positioning of the artist or not. There's also an affective element to artistic creativity that's not as evident in managerial creativity, with the latter's focus on problem-solving, negotiating solutions and strategizing. In engagement with the three streams of creativity research identified by Wiesberg, who is a cognitive psychologist, both enables us to understand the origins of the colonisation by artists of the term creative, while simultaneously enabling us to move beyond this colonisation in our understanding of artist management as a creative industry function. For Wiesberg, the first stream of creativity lies outside ordinary conscious thought. One possible source is madness. The second stream, psychometrics of creativity, centres on measuring the particular thinking abilities and personality characteristics that contribute to creativity, divergent thinking. The third stream, the cognitive view, rejects the notion of genius. Wiesberg labels the first stream out of one's mind. This stream is otherwise known as the romantic view of creativity, whereby creative works are understood to be produced by mysteriously gifted geniuses who just happen to be predominantly male, white, and upper middle class. This stream, therefore, obviously features a divide between a tiny percentage of creative people and the many non-creative people. Interestingly, the second stream, what Wiesberg termed the psychometrics of creativity, also features a divide between creative and non-creative people. Stemming from psychology and social psychology, this stream is inclusive of more people, though it too implies that creative people are special because they are either naturally predisposed to think in more divergent, lateral and open ways, or they've been able to learn how to do this. Wiesberg's final stream, the cognitive view, stems from cognitive science and the ability to generate fMRI and PET scans of the human brain. Scientists in this field argue that there are no differences in thinking between the people sampled, and that therefore creativity is an ordinary thinking process. Arguments about whether creativity is manageable, whether artist management is creative, and the extent to which creativity and management can be conflated typically stem from one of these particular streams. There is a spectrum of thinking about creativity in the field of creativity research. At one end it is extraordinary, while at the other it is ordinary. While the practices of artist managers may perpetuate the view that artists are out of their minds for marketing purposes, and the conditions of work of creative labours may mean that this is a self-fulfilling prophecy, when considering the psychometrics of creativity in conjunction with the cognitive view, one can argue that there are no differences in thinking processes, so how the brain actually works, between so-called creative artists and so-called non-creative managers. Artist management can therefore be defined as a form of group creativity that involves the interaction between artistic creativities and managerial creativities. Defining artist management in this way enables us to pluralise this form of creativity and to conceptualise it as a dialectic between these two clusters of creativities that are at times in conflict and at other times in harmony.